I believe in positive self-talk. Okay? So when you're behind the plate, next pitch. I care what behind the plate too, and I'm kind of just not at 7 in my game. So when I'm behind the plate, the only point I tell myself is that's it. And when I start to focus or lose focus positive self-talk. Find yourself, some kind of buzzword that helps you get back to the here and now. There's something, when you lose focus, you need to come back to the here and now. Right now, this next play, this next trip up the court is the only thing that matters. Alright? The next pitch is the only thing that matters. And, stay focused. My mantra behind the plate is the next pitch. Okay? I'm trying to put myself in basketball. No plays off. Can't take a play off. Okay, I can't run down the floor lazy and take the play off. Alright? Because that's when the shit hits the fan. That's when the shit starts. That's when you lose that ball. Try some positive self-talk. Whatever that might be. Refocus. Back to reality. Okay? I'm better than that. Whatever it might be. And try and keep that. Try not to let the outside interference, whatever it is, whatever it is. You can't appreciate just because it's 8-0 in the first inning doesn't mean that this next kid coming back doesn't deserve my best. Okay? Struck this kid out on a pitch that was 6 far outside because I lost it. It's not fair to the kid. Ultimately, you don't have to be fair. So, that's the thing you got to keep in mind. That might be the only time all year that kid gets to the people. The only time he gets to act, whatever it might be. And we robbed him of that opportunity because who cares? It's 18-0. Who cares what this kid does? He's got to be coached and coached. So I don't want to rob the kid of that experience. I got myself personally myself. It's one of those you gotta work on. You just gotta work on it. And if it's important to you, work for what you do, you'll find a way. It's just making that paycheck and getting out of the house, going to the bar after the day, whatever. I don't know if it's worth it. You got young kids and I am they're more important than anything you're going to do. They only have their first grade recital, right? They only have the first what's the time? Well, just because I find all on my field, I find them right after the program. It's just a new anything. So, I don't pay that. some all the time for everything. Just getting guys. That's what, when you go back home, you gotta tell guys, you gotta get to the front. You know, we're going, so I got a bunch of guys going from ours to Plymouth as well. So I'll be at Plymouth as well. I'll be there on Friday again. But yeah, you guys have to get that message. We really need you guys, but we also really need you to get better. I want to have the time to train. I want to have confidence by the time to game. I think we got guys that can only stick to doing I don't think they can't do this. I got it. That's fine. That's fine. Just, find that mental peace. Okay. Thank you. Yep. Is it on?
Okay. We're
Help it. Good, boy. Hey, help it. Close on. Oh, good. Come on, rebound. Hey, good block. Let's go.
Todd?
Yeah, I see kind of deal. I know you're not using them.
What's that?
Todd, Lee, and Mark.
I know Mark. That's Lee? Okay, thanks. Todd, Lee, and Mark. Thank you. Todd, Lee, and Mark. Remember that. That's Todd. Okay, remember that.
You are going to...
All right, we got Todd, Lee, and Mark here. Todd is the trail, Mark is the sea, and Lee is the trail coming up the court. Oh, we got to get that. All right. Now, from our point of view, Todd, I'm going to ask you what you saw on that because that's got to be your call. I think Lee didn't have the greatest look at that. Did you see that foul?
I saw it late.
Okay, because that's going to be your call. It should have been your call.
Hi.
How you doing, Coach? How are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, so
I'm good.
you're doing this as well, and you're everywhere.
Everywhere. I'm worldwide.
Softball, baseball.
Well, no baseball, just softball.
Just softball, yeah. Yeah, our team made it.
Well,
Denver
yes.
got to the World Series there.
Yeah.
So, he had a good group.
I like working for Kyle. You know, he's intense, but he knows the game, and you know, he had an issue with one of my partners earlier in the year, but he straightened that out, and so yeah.
The thing about him, unlike me as a basketball coach, like I'm so obnoxious when I'm yelling that I'm like I watch tape and go, who's the obnoxious asshole? Oh, that's me. Right? When Kyle's obnoxiously mad, his voice just doesn't carry that way. You know, like he's pissed, but he's not. He doesn't sound like he's going ballistic. So.
No, he doesn't. You know, he doesn't get over animated, but yeah. So I'll see him a couple times during the summer, you know, and he runs his program, his bats.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you talk about being built. Our softball coach is part-time, but he owns bats, which is like, it'd be like running a team in basketball. So his company produces tons of Division I players. Yeah. He gets to run. He's at a recruiting event every day of his career.
Yeah. You think that's a good feeder system for you guys, or what?
Yeah.
I got to work here, coach. All right, that's a great travel call, Mark. I agree 100% with that travel call. Nice job. Great get, Mark. Nice job. With no call on that. I think he might have traveled before. That's the way to get in there, Lee. Good job. Way to get in there. Mark, when you call in subs like that, come on the floor 4 or 5 feet so they can really see you, they can really hear you instead of hugging that sideline. All right, these guys are working on at least their second game, maybe their third. So I get that they might not be. All right, we just take our time, know what the rotation is. Mark, as the C on the administrator, oh, my mistake, never mind. Lee, sometimes you're ball watching. I'm watching your eyes, and I can see that you're ball watching a little bit. Get the angle, get the angle. All right, I'm not sure, Mark, if you gave him a delay on that.
2, 3. And 5. That's my next 5, right?
That's got to, yes. But Mark, I agree with the call 100%, Mark, but your signal, okay, that's a great call to get. If we get those calls, we clean the game up. Todd, I want you to look at that. I don't know if you had a good look at that or not. You know, I think you might have guessed on that one. Okay? Take a look at what the film says. Todd! Remember that play. Because you were pretty much straight lined on that play, Todd. Lee, who's the shooter? Who's the shooter? Tell him. I got your shooter. Responsibility of the two non-calling officials is to always identify who the shooter is.
I know that.
Good step down, Lee. Getting a little physical. Yes. Two hands, automatic. Two hands, automatic, great call. Slow down. Crew needs to slow down. Lead, 2 shots on that as the lead. Hustle in there and get that ball. Don't just let it bounce and then walk in and get it. We want to look athletic. Get him out from underneath the basket. Get him out from underneath the basket. Stepping down, stepping down. All right, number 10 went over and helped a white player up. I'm going over to number 10 and saying, great sportsmanship. That's what leaders do. That's what leaders do. How are we doing? Good. Learning stuff?
Yeah, always.
I hope so.
Always. I was just gonna I watched with these guys earlier, so I was gonna come over and watch them. And,
Which ones?
Lee and
Todd.
Todd, thank you. Yeah. So thought I'd come in because I couldn't see from the players behind him. So.
Okay, we got a good game going in here. Both teams are in the bonus. right, let's see if we know how much time is left. Who has the last second shot? Todd, your shot, right? See, I don't have any problem with that call. That's right in the middle of the floor. Everybody in the whole gym sees that. I think that's a good foul to get. Remember, we have to count players every time we have substitutes. Last 3-second shot here. I want you to watch the film and watch the kid knock him over on the three-point attempt. Okay, 3-point attempt right here. All right, last second shot. Kid got knocked to the ground. Let go. What you did, Todd, I saw you watching. Okay, you're watching the ball go up, go up, go up. No idea what happened to that player right there. Okay, so it's up, down, rebound. Okay, you bring the player up, you bring the player down, and then we can focus on the rebound. Okay, all right.
Well, he's feeling like forehead contact there. He doesn't go down for anything, which I disagree with because he's been on the floor the whole game. So
Yeah, he's a hard player.
Yeah, right.
And he drove hard to the court. I didn't think he got fouled going up for the shot.
Okay, I didn't have a good angle. You'll watch the film and see what happens.
Play down there.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So there was a drive down. I thought the guy had to.
What were you? The C, the lead? What were you?
I was the C.
You were the C.
He was on my side of the lane.
He's going to the basket. Okay. Defensive player is right here.
He was
right here. And where were you?
Still down here.
No. It's just that he's going to the basket right here. You're right here, or the defensive player is right here, and I'm right here. What do I see? I don't see anything because I'm straight line. If you're going to make that call, you got to come down here and see separation. Okay? From where I was, you guessed. You guessed. Because you had one player here and the other player right here, and then you were here, and there's no way in the world that you could see this player foul this player from over here. You see what I mean? Okay. Now, if you take a step over and separate in between, then you can see that. But from that angle, that's a guess. Okay. Going to the basket. And I'm not saying it wasn't a foul, but I'm just saying that from your position here, you were straight line between them and didn't get a chance to see that. Okay.
Sure.
You guys are gonna have to listen to the tape because I've been talking so much, and this is like 4 games in a row here. So
appreciate the comments.
okay, but just look at that. Lee, you will hear everything that I say.
Great.
I was going to say something to you, Lee, specifically, okay? And I forgot what it was. I'll remember later. You are rotating better than you were before. So good job, okay? Good job. And remember, on the rotation, you referee from behind, okay? From behind. Every time we have a sub, remember we blow our whistle to bring in the sub. Okay. It's not bring in the subs and then blow the whistle. It's blow the whistle and then bring in the subs. Why are we blowing the whistle?
To let everybody know that
to let your partners, there's something going on, okay? Whose responsibility is it to count players when we have subs?
Everybody has.
All of us, okay? So especially when we have multiple subs, 2 or more, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? Yeah, we can go in. So make sure we count subs. Sometimes we just go through the motions and we just don't do that. Count the subs every time. Muscle memory. I even count them when there's 1 sub, just because I'm used to doing it. Just because when something happens. All right, you have an excellent game going here, okay?
We just keep.
Famous last words, don't fuck it up, okay?
So you know that they've been warned.
Right?
Slow down.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing. As a crew, you know, we had whatever happened over there. We didn't know shots or was it out of bounds or whatever. We're just going too fast. Just slow down, okay? Remember when we report to the table? Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. As the trail, sometimes you're like 3 or 4 feet from the half court. Your starting line is the 28-foot line, right here. You know, a step up, a step down, but we can't officiate the trail here, you know, right here, and have credibility to make a call if we're this far away as opposed to this far away.
Okay.
Okay?
Right, yes.
Try and move into the position.
I guess because it's the speed of the game.
I get it.
And
I understand.
And they make especially Kaukauna really makes fast transitions.
Yes, they do.
So, yes, I was probably cheating.
Is this your second or third game?
Today, my second.
Second game? All right. Second game, you still can hustle. Your third game, I'll give you a break, but your second game, you can still run.
No, that's right.
Don't fuck it up. That's a good no call. Mark, who's the shooter? We gotta know who the shooter is, Mark. You gotta let me know that you know who the shooter is. Mark? Right here. Right here. Okay? You can see opposite. You can see if he violates. Watch that on film, Mark. See if you like this call. See, Lee, you didn't look to see if your partners were ready. Mark was addressing something with the coach over there, and you put the ball in play. Slow down. Who's bringing in the subs? Who brought in the subs? Good hustle, crew. Todd, I like getting down there. Good hustle. All right, we want to look at that. You know, I agree with the call, Todd, but I think he had gathered the ball and started to go up with his shot. Okay. Whistle on a sub. Whistle on a sub. Todd! 2 hands up in the air, Todd. That's a college mechanic. This is high school. All right, we've had some calls here that I would say are questionable. Leo, I want you to look at that play again and again see if you're happy with that call. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's a good travel call. Good get, Mark. There you go again. I want you to look at that, Todd. That is a college mechanic. High school, when you hold play up, it's one hand. Mark, we always want to give a color. Right call, so you're going to raise your hand, say, blow the whistle and say white, loud and clear and distinct so everybody hears you. Even though everybody in the whole gym knows it's going to be white ball, muscle memory every time. We want to make it a habit. You know, if you watch that, you watch him sit down. I don't know if that was an offensive foul. He sat down. All right, we're getting after it now, running up and down. All right, calls a timeout. The first thing we do, we figure it out, it's a 30, a full, whatever. We're going to come in and tell our partners first. All right, then we can tell the table. All right, we got a red timeout. The ball's going to be right here, or whatever it is. Okay, report to the table. You can come out of the timeout and then report. Okay, and then tell your players. So when you bring in subs, you're going like this. Okay, this is a college mechanic. Okay, a high school mechanic is one arm. Okay, bringing them in.
Fine by me.
Okay.
I have a crew chief that likes to do this way. So
That's a college mechanic. If we're
I
doing,
usually do this when I'm by my crew of my own, or I'm doing JV or whatever, I do this.
If high school, college. Bounce him the ball, Lee. Bounce him the ball. When we're on the sideline like that, we bounce him the ball.
Everything unless you're underneath the basket.
Well, even if we're under the basket, we're going that way, we can bounce it to him, okay? If we're staying in the front court, we hand it to him. I didn't see it. Okay, they got a kiss.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. Did you see me tell him about this?
Oh, because he's going like this
Yes,
instead of just
yes.
going in?
This is college. This is high school. Yeah, this is a college. That's a college mechanic. This is a high school mechanic. You know, they're big timing you. If they're doing this, they're big timing you. You know, look who I am. And that's just been in vogue in the last couple, 2-3 years where refs have started to do that. What'd you think of that?
You know, I think it could have went either way because I felt like he sort of went in between and I thought they were moving and they were playing with it. So I felt the contact came more from the offensive player than the defensive player.
I think we bailed him out. He's turning around and how did he shoot the ball? Over his head going that way. We're bailing him out. For me it is. For me it is. Adam, what do you think?
I know I didn't make a big deal out of it in this game, but in a varsity game, that bracelets, that's technical as soon as they're on the court, right?
If you have told, the coach should know that, yes, okay. But what I'd find a way to just subtly tell them, get rid of that right now, okay?
Yeah. I remember one of my teammates in high school getting a technical for a rubber band on his wrist.
What I call the spirit and the intent of the rule. You know, if that kid's been a little asshole to me the whole game, hey, you get one. But hey, got to get rid of that for me. Okay, help me out. Or you can tell a coach, she's got to get rid of that bracelet. Will you do that? Get it? Okay. So, something to that effect. Okay. You can bend the rules. We're not breaking them. We're fracturing them a little bit. If that makes sense. But sometimes you got to use a little common sense with the rules, right? Okay, how you apply them, when you apply them.
Oh, that's the thing. Especially in a game like I had before. Every time down the floor, you could probably get a hand check.
Sure.
But you're not going to call that.
Plays sometimes have all the elements of being illegal, but never reach the illegal stage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything about the arm bar that's here that never gets extended for a push-up.
Yeah.
Okay. The one that drives me nuts is, I have inside position on a rebound going the other way, and you give me a little push, but I got the ball and we're ready to go the other way. And you give me a little push, that's a game interrupter. Now, if you push me and I lose the ball, I travel, I do something like that, that's different. Yeah. But if I control the ball and I'm ready to give an outlet pass and we're going the other way, elements, did he push him? Yes. Is that illegal? Yes. Okay, do you want to call under those circumstances? No! See, I got a spot. All right, Lee, great travel call, but you got to spot the ball. Even though everybody in the whole gym knows where the ball is, you got to spot it. It's just muscle memory. You do it every time. So, everybody in the whole gym knows it's coming out there. Right? But I'm going to do it every time because there'll be a time when people aren't going to know where the ball's coming in, right? And I'm going to tell them it's coming in right there. That's a good get. That's a good get. Lee, who's the shooter? Would you know it with him?
I hit rewind. I did not see the number initially.
Okay.
The body's out here.
Okay. We got to know who the shooter is. That's why that's another one of those muscle memory things. Every time my partner goes 2 shots, I'm going, where's my shooter? There's my shooter, okay?
Bowling. That's one of the things I'm trying to develop. I know if you look at my scores and the way coaches rank me, I rank a lot better for girls than I do for guys. I think I'm a little bit too ticky-tacky on the guy side.
Okay.
Gotta reel that in just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a game that's called a little bit differently. You know, are the rules the same? Yes. Is everything the same? But it's a different kind of game. See, we got to get something like that. Now that kid gets up and slams the floor like that.
I say, wouldn't that either be a warning or a technical right off?
Yes.
Because he was saying,
Yes, but why did he do that?
Because he felt he was pushed.
Well, he was pushed. He was pushed to the floor and ended up to the floor, and there's no call. Now that kid is going to be eternally pissed about this, and maybe do something that is a non-basketball play because of it. But that's a situation where I
was black. I didn't see him get pushed. I thought it looked like he lost his balance.
Well, he got pushed. I would go over there and say, "Hey, young man, can't do that." Okay, I'm cutting him a break on that situation rather than whack him right there for that.
Right. So I would stop that. I would do the same thing. The only thing I get caught up is when a coach says something that's mean, and I'm so shocked that someone would say that. You know what I mean? That's what I get caught up with. You know, like I don't respond like I should.
When they say something to you that is completely...
That's rude to me, yeah. Like, you know, or like, I don't know, I can't even give an example of that because there was what happened. But a lot of it's like, oh, you're on your league or something like
Yes,
that, you know what I mean?
yes.
And I'm so shocked that that coach can be that mean to actually say that. Not afterwards, I remember, but I never get that. You know what I mean? It's like at first
Perfect.
I'm shocked, and then I don't respond, and then I go,
I'll give you an example of that. I'm working a playoff game at UW-Eau Claire about 5 or 6 years ago, and coach didn't. I'm right in front of the coach over there, and then something happens down here that my partner didn't call something or whatever. The coach looks. She walks over to me and she stands right by me and says, "Has your partner been drinking?" I was so. You know, I should have whacked her right there, but has your partner been drinking? Yes.
You would actually say that, but like, what?
And
you can't think, and then by the time it's already done, it's way too
yes,
late.
yes. Has your partner been drinking? Now, that's completely, you know, unsportsmanlike, right? So what if I would have said, yeah, we had a couple shots before we came over here, okay? She'd have called my assigner up, you know, like that. I'd probably been fired.
Right.
But she could talk that way to me. Right. See, what I try and always remember is we don't treat coaches well and with respect and dignity because of who they are. We do it because of who we are. Right. Okay? I mean, coaches can do everything, you know, say and do everything else, but we have to remain, you know, calm and a certain amount of decorum, right?
Right.
And not easy to do. Hold on a second. Okay, what are we checking on here?
Checking to see if everybody has a timeout. We're recovering the bonus situation, and we know
Okay.
what's gonna
Make sure the fouls are
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let's not make white murder somebody to get one here either.
Okay.
Right?
So there was a right down here where that kid went to the floor and then hit, you know, did you see everybody?
white young man.
Yes, and then he hit the floor like that. Okay, did you see that?
Yeah.
Mark, you were the lead on that?
Yeah.
Okay. How did he get to the floor?
Dove for the ball.
He got pushed to the floor.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what they said, and I didn't see that.
He got pushed to the floor.
That's what they said, but I thought he dove for the ball.
Okay.
But,
I was standing right over.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good look at it.
Yeah.
Watch
I
the
didn't.
film. Watch the film.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was straight lined over here. I couldn't tell if there was a push. Yeah, I figured that he'd have a better. If
That's
secondary, that he might have a better.
That's a long distance.
There.
No, that's a long. You can't make that call from over there.
Yeah. Their coach was saying, "Well, you should call it." I'm like, just because he calls, I didn't see it.
Well, you know, that's part of it. I mean, if I saw it, that's a different story. But but even then, that's a long distance call. So even if you were over there, okay, and let's say you did have a clear look at it, okay, that's a crew saver call. That, you know, yeah, I would come, you know, take a couple steps in, get in there and call it. Yes. We having fun? Excuse me. Yes. Great call. See, I'm also a big proponent on it. My partner makes a call, and the coaches, great call, Adam. Okay, you're going by me. Great call. Okay, let them know. I have your back and you have mine, and that coach could give a shit about us, right? But we're the only ones that have each other's back. So I'm a big proponent of, great call, nice call.
I had a coach tell me about midway through the second half of the game, you're not qualified to ref 8th grade basketball.
Whack.
And I should have whacked him right then.
Whack.
It was one of those as we were turning and going away.
But I am qualified to do this. All right. I'm not going to say a word, but with 2:42 to go in an 11-point game, I want to hear what the crew talks about.
Who wants to hear what we're going to talk about?
What I want to hear what the crew talks about right now.
Okay.
Well, White is still going to want to continue to foul. So again, let's not make it harder to get it. Let's make sure they're fouling.
Sure they get it as a steal.
And are we sure everybody has a timeout yet? Let's check that.
Who called the timeout this time? Black's out. Black's out. White's got one
I will
timeout
go over and
remaining.
re-verify that.
Who's in the bonus?
What's that?
Who's in the bonus?
White's
In the bonus? White's in the bonus.
Make sure we know. Okay. I would say don't make him foul twice.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Get the first foul. Get the first foul. Okay. Don't guess at it. Don't. But if they two-handed, get the first foul.
And then the fifth. 30.
Rick, how are you?
Get injured.
I did the first summer basketball of the year Tuesday night. I'm just running down the court and I get this stabbing pain right in the right here.
Yeah.
And right in the arch, and then it migrated up to the heel a little bit, and I couldn't walk for 2 days. And I've been soaking it and stretching it for 2 days, and felt a little better this morning. I was even thinking about not coming today, but it's gotten a little bit better. So I've been living on ibuprofen, and I'm feeling a little bit better, but I need to be smart and be off it once. I can't.
Relax, take it easy.
It's hell getting old. It's hell getting old.
You pull stuff,
Yeah.
You pull stuff you didn't know you had.
Well,
Like, wait a minute.
about 3 or 4 weeks ago, all of a sudden my thumb is hurting, right in here. What did I do? And then 3 or 4 days later, it's gone. Like it's not there.
Well,
whatever it was, it's gone. That's good.
That's the important part. It's
Yeah.
gone. How's your son?
Good, good. I think he'll be at Plymouth. He's at Plymouth in July.
Okay.
So we'll see him up there. He said he was going to stop by. He was working today in Stevens Point area.
How are you? Everything good? You healthy? Everything good?
Nothing's fallen off yet, so I guess that's a plus.
Thank Kevin for small victories.
I know. We start little, you know. Work our way up to the big stuff.
All right. I told these guys there's two things officials don't do. They don't chase walls and they don't wipe floors.
No.
They don't wipe floors.
Yeah. I don't chase the ball. I was like, man, these kids out here are a lot younger than us. Let them chase it. There's a discussion.
Coach, I know you're coaching here right now. Did you have a good discussion with the other coach? I mean, he was good with you and everything else? And
I'm just telling him that number 4 is initiating a lot of the contact. He agrees. But I know that some of them are fouls. I'm just telling him that I don't think it's fair that it's 9-5 right now and we're the more aggressive team and we aren't getting those little sissy calls.
okay, but he was receptive to you and listened to you and everything else? All right, that's what we want, okay? We can agree to disagree, but we want to communicate.
Yep, I appreciate I appreciate when they do communicate that. Yep.
Most coaches do.
And you get a lot of refs that don't. They just say, "No, I'm right, you're wrong," and you go your separate ways. And then we have to grade them poorly. And so like if I had to grade him right now, I would be very forgiving. Might not make all the calls I want, or I assume are bad calls, but he's at least going to communicate with me on what he's
Coach, we can agree to disagree. And there's nothing wrong. We say, Coach, you might be right. You might be right on that.
I don't think I've ever had a ref tell me that. But yes, Coach, if there's positive conversation, I'm all about it.
Yeah, and I don't, as long as I'm not doing it 10 times a game saying that, but I don't think there's anything wrong with me saying, Coach, you might be right. You might have had a better look at it, okay? I'll get a better look next time, Coach, okay? Just so long as we can have a civil conversation about something. Too often it becomes me versus you, and that's what we're trying to avoid, okay?
I like to hear them.
Thank you, Coach. Take a deep breath, Coach. Take a deep breath.
Oh my God.
I know. I get it. And we'll have a talk about that. Right or wrong, we can't make that call.
Good, give it to him. And
that was a tough one, huh?
Yes, way to share the ball. That's it, White. Way to share the ball.
We'll have a talk about that one. dribbling the ball out, whatever they're doing, we can't stand with our hands on our
Spread
heads.
out, spread out.
We can't stand like this. Because with 13 seconds to go, you're saying, fuck, I'm done.